All right, we are live.
Hey there, and welcome. So, we're going to give folks a few minutes to join in. And I just wanted to say thank you, first off, to you, Essie, for being here today. And as we have folks come on in, I know it would be really helpful to hear where folks are not only joining from, but what your business entails, maybe how many employees you have, um, how long you've been employing people, or if it's brand new to you. All of
Okay.
that. Yeah, go ahead, Jen.
Uh,
I'd say all of that is great and helpful to the conversation. And
okay.
so I will be in the chat. My name is Stephanie. I'm here representing Novo, and we'll be conducting the conversation through the chat while Essie presents the information. And then we'll have time for discussion towards the end where we can go ahead and digest all of that, plus what we've learned here today together. You'll be invited to use your camera and microphone if that's something you'd like to do today. And really just want you to take full advantage of having the expertise of Essie Moneas here today and ask your questions, toss your ideas out there, and definitely any either essentials to your onboarding or obstacles you've experienced.
So excited. All right. Thank you so much, Stephanie. I'm excited. This is my second webinar, and I'm just as excited as I was for the first one. I love talking about automation, and what I love the most is actually helping other people implement it. So I'm truly grateful for everybody attending. Feel free to sync up after this event if you need any help. I'm always happy to help.
Absolutely. And I will be sharing ways for you to stay in touch with Essie beyond this as well. And my name is Stephanie. I'm here on behalf of Novo. And I'm just really grateful to all of you for being here today, investing in your business. And of course, to Essie, one of our subject matter experts in our business education series. Um, I just wanted to one more time say that Novo, as a business banking platform, is here for, of course, your financial management needs as a business owner, but we've really opened up to see all that it takes for you as business owners to function and all for you as humans to feel supported. So we're really grateful for the community that's been built here, and we could not do it without the likes of you, Essie, and our other subject matter experts. So you're all invited to join in for our full calendar, of events. I'll share that with you.
Okay. So
Thank you.
today we are going to talk about employee onboarding. So for the little agenda for today, we are going to cover a little bit about me, just in case you missed the previous webinar. We will cover why we automate onboarding. I will give you an overview of the workflow. We will break down the automation steps, and I'll give you a live demo. And make sure you grab your cheat sheet at the end of the event, and I'll share why the role that Novo has been playing in our success so far, and as well as our contact, and we'll do Q&A. All right, so make sure you get comfortable, grab your coffee or your tea, because this is going to be really interesting. So first, let's talk about my agency. So my agency is called Automatrix LLC. The name itself is implying automation, and that is what I'm passionate about. And I found a group of people that are just as passionate as I am to come and work with me. And together we are empowering small businesses and helping them be more efficient. So the way we do it is by first mapping the processes and understanding where there are inefficiency. And once we find those inefficiencies, we fix them, we fix their system, we optimize it, and then we move on to automate it for them to scale. Now, why do we automate employee onboarding? So I've actually had one of my best experience onboarding at one of our local pharmaceutical company, and not just I, but anybody that actually worked there. When you start a conversation about that company, they always mention that onboarding, and that is because it is flawless, and they give you a lot of information. They share gadgets. They make it so entertaining. It makes you want to stay. So this is why people company wants to invest in onboarding. They want to provide that same flawless experience to every single candidate, no matter who is in charge of HR or the staff. No matter the change it, they want to keep that quality in place. Another thing is it helps move the candidate from hire date to start it faster, reduce mistake, and of course the consistency that I just mentioned. It saves a lot of time to HR and ops because there is a lot of work going behind in the back end before getting anybody that first day. And it just gives that good impression of the company, just like the one that I've experienced myself. So now let's cover what we are building today. So we will start with a change in status in Monday, and then it will kick off a make scenario in May. We will send a welcome email, and then the candidate will get a signature request, and then a kickoff meeting link in Slack for the team that is going to uh, bring this all together in the back and create an employee profile in BambooHR. If you don't know, BambooHR is a payroll system. All right, so we first start by creating a custom hook in Make, and this is one of the stages that most people struggle with. So you first put the custom hook, and then you want to add a response. So what this does is it triggers on the Monday end, and Monday sending back to make sure that the trigger that was sent can be trusted. So the response gives that confirmation, and that is the key to helping all this workflow work. Otherwise, it will not perform. So this is a critical stage. All right, once we get the data in, as developer, we know this format called JSON. It is a bunch of elements nested in together, and it makes it kind of hard to pull the data that you need. So we will need to put the data that is comes scattered and put it into a nice JSON format so we can grab the data easily. And by the way, all these steps that I'm sharing, if you put them together, you actually get the result. That is the reason why I'm sharing it. So right after you put the data into a nice format, now you want to call in the Monday module, and you want to use the ID that you got from the data set to find the item that sent that signal in the first place, because we want to update the right element. Once you finish that stage, you want to add a router. This is just because we have multiple things happening at the same time, and we just want to be efficient. So using the router allows us to leverage the same data but spread it across different paths. All right, so now we're gonna focus on path one. So the path one starts with an iterator. So when it brings multiple data that comes as a collection, the iterator turns into an array so we can grab each element. So what we are getting here in the iterator is 28 single tasks that happen every time a new hire is added in Monday. So every time a status change and we say, oh, we have a new hire, there's 28 steps that HR has to get through. This iterator is going through every single one of these steps, is finding them, finding the due date column, and then assigning a due date column to every single one of them. All right, so now I'm sharing you a view in the Monday and what we are using that view, the parent view in May. So in Monday, as you can see, every task is organized by IT, what the IT department is responsible for, probably get a new laptop, set up the Google Workspace for the new user and things like that. You have HR doing the payroll and making sure they're getting the data for the tax form and everything. And then you have marketing that is going to make that announcement on social media, hey, we have a new hire, and do all those communication things that they do. But what that actually looks like in Make is that we have three filters in place. So whether it is IT, HR, or marketing, these individual tasks are getting different dates. So one of them might be 3 days after the new hire is added into the system, while another might be 7 day or 4 days, things like that. All right, so our path to, remember we are using the exact same data, but why wait when we can do it all at the same time? So the second path is sending the welcome email to the candidate, say, hey, congratulations, we're really looking forward to have you on board. This is what you should expect next, and send anything that they have to send using Esignatures, and then notify the team in Slack, and then create a profile for them in BambooHR. All right, so this is what the final scenario should look like if you follow this from the webhook all the way to both paths. Okay, and I'm gonna pause for one moment here while I switch my screen so we can grab a live demo. All right, had a bit of challenge switching to between tab, but finally got it to work. But here you're looking into the employee onboarding. And as you can notice, it's actually a hiring system that covers the recruitment pipeline, the onboarding, and adding the candidate to the employee directory. But for today, we're just focusing on the onboarding. All right, so now we have a new hire, SEO Automatrix, and then we have some information about them, email, and this is just made, this demo is made to mimic the reality. So we are going to change this and put them in working on it, just to indicate that HR has started working on their case. And while we wait on that to process, I'm going to show you what it looks like in Make. All right, so this is our workflow in Make. All right, and obviously we have error. Everything worked except the BambooHR. They do have a system, an API connection that expire after a couple of times, so that is not a major error. But for everything else, we have the email that was sent, we have the signature that was sent, and then we have the Slack that was sent. All right. Okay, and this webinar comes with a cheat sheet where I've documented all the steps that I actually went through for you to reproduce if you wish. And all the webinar comes with one as well. So happy building to you. Now I'm going to talk about the impact that Novo has had on our business. So I started my business about, I would say we are 15 months old. But when I was actually putting all this together and building my LLC, I was looking for a bank, and then I looked into Google, and Novo was the first thing that popped, and I'm so glad it did, just because I don't like to stay in line and I like to have everything on my fingertip. I love that there is no monthly payment, so that my cash flow is safe. I love that we have integration, and of course we are an automation agency, so we like everything to be integrated and move data from one software to the other. I also love that we can customize our invoices and things like that. Yeah, so customizing our invoices is very important to me just because we are so small and we want to stay in our customer mind. So I love that Novo makes this very easy for us. And if you want to stay in contact with us, you can connect with me um, on LinkedIn or email me if you wish. All right, so we are right on time for our Q&A.
All right, I'm back and wanted to go ahead and facilitate this. Jessica said that she runs a financial firm where they train agents to assist in financial strategy in areas including wealth building, protection, legacy planning, debt elimination. Jessica asked, how much does it cost to have you build out the automation?
It depends. We do offer a consultation first, and then we provide a quote after that.
Is there a link to the consultation that I can go ahead and put in, or is it Automatrix website?
Yeah, you can reach out to us, or I'm putting also the email in the chat.
Perfect. Yes, put your email in the chat.
Yeah, yeah. Nice to meet you, Jessica.
Yes, thank you for being here today.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask, what are some of the ways that you encourage folks to integrate this new system, or how does this like outside of the automation? Do you find folks tend to do a like welcome on the other side? Are you working with mostly like remote teams, or are there people who would also have the chance to like interact in person and have reinforcement of the
Yes.
onboarding process?
Yes. So for some company, we do have the on-site one, and we help them with that as well. For example, one system that we have built is when the actually onboarding process is happening and they have an event in between. As part of that process, we also automate a QR code where the candidate can scan and get information in or get information from the company, things like that. So yeah, we do support that as well.
Okay, brilliant. And then I would ask, are there any like particular team sizes that you would say like, or is there a point where you're like, no, you really, obviously this can work for any size and for scaling from there. But is there any point where you're like, okay, if you have 10 employees, then like, let's automate that. And you're planning to grow, let's go ahead and automate that. Because I'd love to hear more about those sorts of considerations.
Yeah. So it's never too early to actually put the right onboarding in place. It's actually best to do it when you have a small team, so you can refine the whole system and all the process that are inside that system before the team gets bigger. So I actually get that question a lot when I'm doing consultation with clients. They ask, "Are we not too small for this?" And I always tell them, "You thank me later." Yeah.
Sure, for sure. Um, And is there anyone, say you already have that small team, is there anyone that it's really helpful to have in the room when, let's say, the decision maker is giving you information about how to build this, or about what's really important to them?
Yeah, I always make sure that I not only have the decision maker, but I also like to have the people that actually do the job inside the room because they hold the key to the information about all the struggle, all the bottleneck that they run into when they're trying to execute something. So I really love to get their opinion in. One thing that I always tell my team, I'd rather spend a lot of time getting interviewing every person and getting that information in rather than building something so shiny and so perfect to us that build it and nobody wants to use it. Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. And so, what is kind of the, oh, here, I'm going to go ahead and turn to Jessica. Can you help with automation outside of onboarding? For example, we add a new client to our books, helping automate the client experience. So I'm actually in the process of linking the rest of Essie's workshops to speak, but I'll let you answer that, Essie.
Yes, we automate all kind of system, and this question was actually the last webinar. Yes, we do automate that as well. We have a whole system for client onboarding, and the good thing is, when we first come in, we see what you actually have, and we try to build on it instead of having you subscribe to new things. Yeah, so yeah, it is a process where we try to meet you where you are. Yeah.
Okay, they're
Thank
all
you so much.
there now.
Thank you so much.
Yes, no problem at all. And so definitely get your cheat sheet. Can you remind us one more time of how to access it, please?
Yeah, so I was going to send it to you because I was trying to, full transparency, trying to build a landing page, but it was just not working as intended. But I can share it now, the employee onboarding one, and then I can share the rest with you, Stephanie, because you probably better than me on how to share these things.
So I definitely have it in our messages,
Okay.
and I didn't register that it was a PDF at the time, so that makes sense.
Okay.
But we'll also have this as you can interact with Essie through the community portal as well, and we'll have ways for you to obviously keep in touch through the live events,
Mhm.
but don't hesitate to reach out directly through socials, through email,
Mhm.
and yeah, I'm really curious about what was it? Hmm. Asked about what size of business. Hmm. Asked about who should be in the room with employee onboarding. Ah, yes. How often, how often are you reassessing your system in this case? Is it an annual thing? And I'd love to hear
Yeah.
your that.
So depending on my client system, sometimes we do a quarter review, or we do it twice in a year or yearly. We call it our automation audit. So we run an audit where we actually follow through with all our clients to see how everything is working for them. Another thing that we do is that if we have built a system for them and then we happen to build something similar with the exact tech stack, like the same software, we always bring it to them and suggest, hey, would you be interested in us improving the system? And most of the time, our clients will say yes, because everybody just want to be more efficient.
That makes perfect sense. Efficiency is the name of the game. And I guess how can a business owner maybe assess the return on doing this process? Is it
Mhm.
yeah, is it more of a bottom line thing? Is it more of a satisfaction thing? Is it a retainment?
Yeah. So one thing clients can do to assess the return of investment is, first, we do something for them where we work on a budget. We want to make sure that all their operation is running within budget. And then the other thing is the experience that the client is having. Like, are you still dropping the ball? Like, are things falling through the track? Are you missing deadline? Things like that, because that is part of the system that we have built for them. Do you have any downtime? And if so, what is the cause? Is it because the team is not able to use the system in place? Because we also have to assess the client's team, their technical aptitude. So you cannot just take people from Excel, which people think is very basic but still powerful, from Excel, and then take them directly to another new level of tool like Smartsheet. So we have to make sure that it is not, we don't have like a technical depth. um, and then also, is the tool reliable? So if we build a system, and then all tools right now are cloud based, so are they having a lot of downtime like in the system and causing issue to our client? If so, can we find better alternative within the same budget but that offer the same features? So yeah, we do that.
Brilliant. Okay. I think that is that's the extent of my questions. Um, Thank you so much for your like both in-depth technical understanding and then your relationships that have given you this like wealth of understanding what people's concerns are and like how to make it just like practical and enjoyable and efficient, as you said, that we can actually like build that sustainability, the solution being sustainable in the business rather than maybe the kind of band-aid sort of solutions for things
Yeah.
like, especially when we're interacting with teams and the different dynamics. So excited to hear what you have to say about interacting with clients as well. That's coming up, and then the project intake is going to be the very next one. So,
Hmm.
can you tell us a little bit about what that one will address? Maybe not the technical parts, but like why you selected that topic.
Yes. So a lot of my clients, they do have their client on a retainer basis, or some client coming for ad hoc. And then most of them, because they have a small team, they probably have one person that it is getting that new project in and setting up the billing and making sure that everything is being paid for. The reason why I selected this is to make it easier for clients to reach out and say, hey, we want your service again, but without you having to stop everything and say, oh, okay, now I have to set up their billing and everything or the quote. Sometimes I also have clients, even though they are still working with the same company, they are probably getting work order from a different department. I'll give you an example of one client. He does a day in the life uh, video shooting for companies. So he might do a day in the life in HR and have that video, but probably have to do it also for the people in finance. So that's a separate work order. So when he get that, he has to send in a quote, and then once they send that quote slash proposal, then he has to get paid, and then he has to assign his team to the new project, see who has capacity, who doesn't, and those things. So when you hear project intake, you might think, well, can they just pick up the phone and say they need more? But for some other businesses, it's actually beyond that. So they still need a system in place for that.
That makes sense. And similar to this making, employers and employees' lives easier, I can imagine that like being able to make it easier for your clients to, let you know what they need will definitely encourage more business, which is always good. Um, yeah, I'm excited for the next one, and say thank you again to y'all who are here today. If you have any further questions, you know where to find Essie. Again, the worksheet is going to be linked here. And if you are viewing the recording, then you'll probably find your download somewhere in the description.
Yes. All right. Our team has put a lot of heart into it because we are just not wishy-washy people. If we give, we give a full heart. So we really want those worksheets to work for you. So if you try to implement it and you hit a snag or something is not running, you can reach us out and we'll be happy to help.
Thank you, Jessica.
All
And
right.
thank you,
So
Essie.
thank you so much.
Enjoy your weekend and see you all soon.
All right. Bye bye.